Over the past 2 centuries, thousands of boats have been capsized, and 1,200 people have been swallowed by these violent breakers at the mouth of the Columbia River that separates Oregon from Washington. It's here that the 1,200-mile-long river crashes headlong into the Pacific Ocean. Each second, the Columbia dumps 1 million cubic feet of furious icy water into the ocean, creating walls of white water up to 40 feet high. And this is where the Coast Guard trains crews from around the country to rescue ships and people caught at sea in storms and hurricanes.
I'm really looking forward to this because it'll show me some techniques and get me out there in conditions where I'm not the one in charge. It's just going to make me feel a little bit more secure about my job.
A lot of them have never seen this kind of weather. They've never had winds up to 50 to 60 miles an hour. They've never had waves 15 foot, 12 foot, especially the surf. And so we get them out on the surf the first day. They're all apprehensive anyway when they come here. They don't know quite what to expect. They've heard horror stories, maybe they've heard stories from somewhere.
Each year, 150 student volunteers take the 3-week training course. They're tossed around in these 44-foot boats and pummeled by brisk waves while learning to save boaters from the elements. Students wear survival suits called Mustangs that keep them warm and afloat in case they get tossed into the water. But that's not likely since everyone on board is strapped to the boat. They know, as instructor Jeff Tracy does, that this lifeboat is made to handle almost anything.
The motor lifeboat is a boat that's designed to do 360 rolls in conditions up to 30-foot seas, 50 miles offshore, and 50-knot winds.
This will be a good one. That's a good one.
After watching their instructors maneuver the lifeboats through the chaos at the mouth of the Columbia, the students go out nearly twice a day for the next 3 weeks to take the throttle themselves.
As you cuff this swell, that angle off this one side will be easier on your crew, right out to sea.
But maneuvering the boat through rough waters is only half the lesson at the Coast Guard School. The other half is learning to save lives. An orange dummy called Oscar plays victim for the classes. Time and time again, Oscar's dumped into the water and snatched up by the surf.
Hey, directly off your starboard bow, about 010, 30 yards. Ready in the well, Dad. Easy movement. Then she gets on the bow. And they just move. 1, back down, 1, 2, 3, be in the well deck. Right in the well deck comes, all stop. All stop, bring them on board. Hands on board! Hands on board!
For instructor Dave Edwards, Oscar represents all the boaters who need saving, like the 17-year-old girl he pulled from the surf 10 years ago.
I saw one hand, her hand was sticking up out of the water. And so I grabbed that hand and pulled her up to me, and she wasn't breathing. And I gave her the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation out in the surf. And just as we was getting to the beach, her mother showed up. And, of course, she was crying hysterical. And when I looked over at her and told her that her daughter was alive, she just broke down. She started crying. She got weak, and she about lost it in the surf. That's what all this is about. That's what all this is about, teaching them how to do that, and not necessarily how to do it, but to instill in them the pride that it can be done. And that's what the school's all about, is for 3 weeks, they're put through a test. And by the time they leave, they're different people.
Boatmate 3rd class, Brian Huff. Biggest thing you can learn here is the confidence behind it. Whereas if I do come upon it, how to react.
When you get back to that station, I can guarantee you 100% that those young guys that work for you are going to look up to you coming through the motor lifeboat school and working through the surf and all this.
Although graduation from this one-of-a-kind school is an honor, it isn't rewarded with increased salary or higher rank. The greatest reward seems to be the knowledge and experience that helps graduates face any challenge the sea may offer.
You cannot conquer the sea. It's impossible. You have to work with it and understand it.
subscribers of KCTS-9 and by a grant from the Public Broadcast Foundation of Southwest Washington.
You are watching subscriber-supported KCTS-9, Seattle.
The Arts in April series continues as Upon Reflection brings you the paintings of Gauguin. Some views on dancing and choreography by Clark Tibbett. The music of Robin McKay. And a delightful interview with one of America's premier writers, John Updike. Enjoy the Arts in April when Upon Reflection airs Sundays at 12:30 here on KCTS-9.
Hi, I'm George Page for Nature. The elephant's tremendous strength and remarkable ability to learn have served man for over 5,000 years. But the spread of agriculture is isolating the few remaining herds. Man and the wild elephant are coming into conflict.
Elephant, Lord of the Jungle, next time on Nature.
Follow the footsteps of this huge pachyderm Sunday at 8.